Hello everyone. So this is team number 20 and we are presenting to you our software engineering team project which is titled as QC. QC is an abbreviation for the word quality control. As you can see on the landing page of the application, we are reimagining what quality control is. So this entire application is actually acting as a gateway which fast tracks the process of quality control for manufacturing industries for various MSMEs throughout the nation. What you are seeing currently is the landing page of the application, and you can simply see what this application is about. It's a minimalistic application, yet it will make your work easy. Lighting fast processes, and it's ready for enterprises to simply use out. At this point, what you are seeing in front of you is the very first page of this application. For any new user, you could simply go and create an account. At this point, I'll be showing you what the registration page looks like. You will enter your username, your full name, your email addresses which are required, a password. You need to confirm that password and need to tell the application whether it is a company account or not. Once you are done with this, you will click on the create account button and an account would be created. We will now be demonstrating you the entire application via a different email address that we have. So we input our credentials and this is what the initial page looks like. So this is where we'll be creating our inspection models. Simply explaining, we'll be creating new models. We'll be providing any sort of name to this model. We'll be deciding whether it will be a company only model or a public model. And then when we provide this suitable info and click on the create button, it will take us to a different compiling page. Let the page compile and render. We'll be soon seeing it. So this is what the page looks like. The process is typically very easy. It won't be tough for the linemen or the manager of the company to actually create models. What he needs to do is just provide images of the defective and non-defective images for whatever thing we are actually trying to create a model for. As you can simply see, every defective image will simply have an annotation feature. We'll go to the selected images one by one as the process of manual checking happens, and we'll mark down the areas which you consider as defective. Vast variety of images could be considered in such a scenario so that you can provide the details specifically. Annotate these points which you actually consider as defects. Such kind of annotation is easy to perform, and this ensures that our application is not tough for the general lineman to use. The entire thought process behind creating QC Leap is to create this procedure of defect identification very much easier. The things that are to be taken into consideration is that the images are of regular size and it's easy to identify the present defects in them. As you saw in front of you, that we have selected some sort of images, we highlighted and annotated the defects that are here. You can see the all set of images we had. Similar thing we'll now do for normal images. We'll take up the normal images and upload all of them into the model. So we'll select the images that we have and we'll input into it. Once everything is uploaded, you actually have two separate sections, one for the defective images and one for the normal images. Let's proceed ahead. Now this is where the generative element comes into play. So this is that portion where we'll be increasing our data set by means of GANs. So GANs, what it will do, it will generate synthetic images based on what kind of data set we have actually provided our application earlier. So this is where the current fast track going technology comes into our application. The modern methods of AI are being implemented and things would be made easier for you. You can simply put in the number of defective images that you want to generate, and what happens is that internally data is being augmented and generating vast set of data set for you. So originally when you added the images, they were just 50 in count, but as you can see here, now I can provide any sort of defective images I want. So this thing will take a bit of time. The images would be keep generating. What will happen next is that model would be trained internally based on this defective images dataset that you have created for synthetic images. These synthetic images are actually being created by the help of the original defective images that we had. Once this images set is generated, we'll be transitioning to the part of model training. When we'll transition to the part of model training, what will happen? That machine learning algorithms, including the ensemble techniques and everything else like that, would be implemented, and all of the models would be taken into consideration, and the defected data that you have and the data that you have corresponding to your normal images would be considered. After this, good models would be created, internal computations, cross validations, things like that would be performed, and eventually a final model would be present to us. That model would be properly tuned and would be ready to use. So once that model is actually ready to use, see, what you can see here on your screen is actually the defected generated images now. So this is how the GANs have worked. Thousand such images are now created based on the anomalies that we provided. Okay, let's move to the training portion now. So this is where the model will get internally trained. We'll provide everything to it and the model will train. Now, since model training is a bit of lengthy part and will require time, we'll show you how a trained model actually looks like. If we click on the main icon, we'll be landing back on our front page. Similarly, what will happen? This is an important feature of our application that I'm going to tell you about the notifications and emails. So every kind of thing that is actually happening, be it the model training, the OTP generation, and every small basic notification that could occur is being popped up in the notification bar that we have. Similarly, these notifications are also popped up on emails as well. So for the company owner or person who is actually there, he could simply see such images and notifications, mails for his email ID, which was registered. So this makes the process much more streamlined. Let's get back to our application and see how the model looks like. So when the training is actually completed, our model is being created. Okay, we'll be showing you one of the model which was actually created. So you can simply log in and see the history of how the model was generated. So every kind of details associated with every run that was done for a cashew model is actually present. Let's see if the details pop up. It's taking a time to compile, and this is how the images would be looking like. So you can see on the top of every image, it is mentioned that it is defected or not and what percentage of confidence interval it is actually taking into consideration. So these models could now be utilized by the company to provide images of the product that is there. The model will predict whether it is a good normal product or a defected product. Associated with each of the images, there is a report as well. So this is how the model looks like. Every run, every iteration of the model would be there. Now let's move to one important page which is useful for the stakeholders of the firm. This is the statistics page. What is the statistics page all about? Statistic page is all about the statistics and analysis of the models that were created. So it tells you the total number of models that we have created till now. What is the average accuracy your models are achieving? As in our case, you can see it's 97%, which is a very good accuracy. The defect rate. The defect rate is actually about the number of defects which we are observing in our products. And then there is something about total process. So total process is the number of images that we've actually passed through a model. Everything could be seen on the screen. Apart from this, you have a chart to represent inspection volume, which will be showing you things about the inspection as well. On the side of the inspection volume, there's another thing which was the defect chart. Now let's move to another AI component of our project, which is the Gemini AI. It is a chatbot which is totally about this application that we have presented. You can give any sort of prompts and this will tell you whatever information it knows about the application and the firm. Let's start with the very basic prompt of hello. The AI thinks and it answers. So it says your name into the response and then is informing that this application or this chatbot is specifically for assisting someone who is trying this software solution for the very first time. We can ask any kind of questions to it and it will respond. So let's ask what our company does actually. The AI will take its time to think and will respond accordingly. So this is what we are doing. QC Leap is a AI powered platform. This is what you can see about the response of your chatbot. It tells what this software solution does. Also, to assure you about one thing, this is taking random question. If we provide any sort of random question, this will not respond what the actual answer is, but will ensure that it stays in its limits. So the AI is also within its control. You will see that if we ask it the question that where is Taj Mahal, you can simply see that it says that it cannot provide the geographic locations of a landmark. However, it is totally entitled to tell us anything about QC Leap platform, which is the whole sole motto of this entire AI solution. Well, that was about the chatbot feature. This is about the company page. So this is what this company is all about. Here are the members page. We can see the name of the company, what this company is about, its brief description, the industry in which the company is working, and then there are some pages and things about the password and stuff. There are another things about inviting team members into this application. If we click on this specific button, we can simply provide in the username or email of any person we want to um, invite to this application. There are specific kind of restrictions associated as well. Either the person is allowed to train or is just allowed to look into the inspection part only. Any set of password would be performed and then invitation can be sent. Once we provide this field, the invitation is sent to the person respectively. Similarly, in this specific table which you see below, the members could also be added and their details would be specifically present. As you can see above, it mentions that there is one active member and one request is pending. Similar status and things are provided there as well. Joseph, who was the owner, was actually given the title of admin, whereas permissions associated with every user are mentioned. Let's look into account settings. This is what the user account settings looks like. We can simply take into consideration the account of the main person who is actually handling the software solution, the details of the company which are present, and if you want to edit it, it can also work. You can simply go to this edit button and take changes wherever you want. Simple changes could be done and saved. In case if you want to delete an account, there also exists a feature of deleting the account. And to ensure about your safety as well, we have given you the option to change the password whenever you want to do. So this was all about our platform QC Leap. We can now simply log out and then get back to the landing page. Another person who wants to come in can simply log in and go here. Let's see for this person whom we sent the request to. In the notification bar, we can see that an invitation was sent. The person could simply accept or decline the invitation from here. Whatever features and things the person is allowed to see are available in the notification pop-up as well. And now this person can view whatever things are available in the platform for the associated company. This is how actually QC Leap works. I hope you found this application wonderful. It was of great use and believe that it would revolutionize the process of quality control. With that, we'll be ending our presentation. Thanks a lot.